introduce someone here, a dear friend of mine, Tim Harrison, right here. Say hi, Tim.
Hey, hi.
Tim, the star of Elephant in the Living Room. It's a documentary, and I tell you, he's done great things out there, especially working with the wildlife. If you got a moment, Tim, if you'd like to share some of that information, I think that would be awesome.
I can share some information. We might not just be on that. I want to tell you how important it is for me to be here today. I travel all over the world, and some of you can if you get on the internet, you'll see where it's at, the Elephant in the Living Room. We've been all over rescuing dangerous wild exotic animals all over the place. But Doug was somebody I looked up to when I started off years ago. We started off basically at the same time in the Dayton area. And he was just an amazing athlete, absolutely amazing. In fact, my dad was a recruiter for baseball, professional baseball, and they were looking at him at that time too. So he was a professional baseball player and world champion karate fighter. And besides that, he's the one that knocked me out my first time. So I have a lot of respect for him ever since then. But also too, he's been a great friend. But his techniques he teaches here is absolutely crisp and on point. I was just watching these young kids back here, and I'm telling you right now, I'm so sick and tired of traveling the country and seeing kids throwing punches with their hands open or doing this garbage stuff. And no, this is absolute martial arts. So if you're I'm from the Piqua area. I grew up here, graduated Miami East. If you need a martial arts school, this is the one to come to learn and also be friends. But I appreciate it, Doug.
Right.
Thank you, bro.
Good. Thanks for having me. Right.
Well, from the Windy City to Ohio, where a frightening scenario is on. A hunt for dangerous wild animals. It's a story you don't wake up to every day, that's for sure.
That's for sure.
We're glad you're with us, everybody, as we continue to follow this developing news. I'm Jenna Lee.
I'm John Scott. Dozens of lions, tigers, cheetahs, grizzly bears, and other wild animals among those that escaped from a preserve yesterday. Police are saying it looks like the owner set them free and then killed himself. Many of these animals have already been put down, but at least 3 of them are known to be still on the loose. Folks in the area are warned to stay indoors. Tim Harrison is the director of outreach for animals. He is assisting with the search, and he's been good enough to take some time off to join us now to talk about what's going on. You have been, I guess, predicting for a long time that this kind of thing could happen, huh, Tim?
Yeah, I've been doing this over 38 years, and it's just steadily getting worse, especially in the state of Ohio. We're the #1 offenders for people buying these animals, selling these animals, and keeping these animals.
Why Ohio?
It's because it's got lax laws. We did have some, Governor Strickland did have some executive order to ban the sale to just average people. It sounds like common sense of dangerous exotic animals. Governor Kasich came into office and dropped that. So we have nothing right now. It's wide open for anybody to have anything and keep anything they want.
You were featured in this documentary that's just out, Elephant in the Living Room, it's called. Yep. And there is a pretty amazing opening scene where a 550-pound lion is out there on the freeway, right?
Yeah, got loose from his owner, typical story. You know, it's kind of like what we're having in Zanesville right now, except a little smaller scale. Just 2 lions got loose with 1 big male attacking cars on the interstate. But, yeah, this happened in Zanesville. It's right next to Interstate 70, and it's absolutely scary. When we drove up to the situation late last night, they had a sign up on the interstate that said, dangerous exotic animals, stay in your car, call 911.
Yeah, and, you know, a lot of our viewers, we've got the sign up right now. A lot of our viewers might say, oh, why do they have to shoot them? The police have put down more than 40 animals as far as we know, some of these Bengal tigers and lions and so forth. What's your take on that?
Well, being a police officer, too, and I teach for Homeland Security, you got to understand that police officers aren't trained to handle this kind of situation. These animals should never have been there in the first place. You know, you could buy a cobra, but you can't buy common sense. This guy should have never had these animals in that populated area. When an animal like a lion or a tiger charges you, people say, why don't you shoot him with a tranq gun? You know, put him to sleep. Well, you shoot him with a tranq gun, it may take up to 12 to 20 minutes for that animal to take effect for it to go to sleep. Or it's going to have a drug-crazed animal run through your neighborhood that doesn't go to sleep because you may have misguessed how much it weighs. It's actually dangerous to tranq some animals at times. When you got those animals coming rushing at you in an angry and aggressive manner, You got to protect the public first and yourself.
Is the keeper, the late keeper, because apparently he killed himself, is the keeper of these animals a guy that you yourself are familiar with?
Yes, I knew of this gentleman. In fact, we've dealt with him over the years with other animals that were from around his property or out in Mount Hope, where they had these dangerous exotic animal auctions here in the state of Ohio, which is very bizarre. You can get anything you want, from a hyena to any kind of dangerous animal, and just walk right out with it. Yeah, we've had run-ins with him in the past.
And what was his motivation for keeping them, do you know?
That I couldn't tell you. I don't know if he was breeding them and selling them. I don't know what he was, or a collector, a hoarder. People have different things of getting these things. It started really when people started watching these reality TV shows. In 1995 is when it exploded. Yeah. Before that, I was catching maybe 1 or 2 dangerous exotic animals a year loose. After 1995, reality TV, Steve Irwin, all these shows, people started bringing the most dangerous creatures into their homes. And I know this because I asked them, why did you bring this tiger in your home? I watched a show on Animal Planet. Bang. It's just that simple.
Well, and apparently some of those animals are still on the loose. I know you're involved in the search. We'll let you get back to it. Tim Harrison, thank you.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Hi, County 911.
I'm on 23, and there's a lion in the road.
11's clearing route.
A lion?
Come on.
It's a lion. Seriously, like it attacks someone's car. And, like,
Trying to attack the cars?
When I leave to go out, especially when I'm a venomous snake or one of these big predators, my wife always gives me a little extra hug because she's been around this for a long time. She realizes this isn't a game. This is for real.
I've never ever been attached to an animal as much as I am now. It's like one of my own kids. That feeling is deep.
We're in the heart of America. We have vipers here. We have baboons. You have lions, tigers, everything. And you would never think it is here in America, but it is here, and it is rampant, and it's running wild.
If we can't change the minds of these people that are afraid, we're going to lose.
The Congress of the United States needs to address this problem in law. It needs to address what I'm going to show you.
I'm not going to pay attention to that. Then I take them from my list of people that I care about and put them on the list of the people I need to take out.
People who come to my house, the last thing they'd say is, damn, you gotta be nuts to want to keep one of these. Why?
My 34 years of experience, I've had situations where you've looked and seen all the pieces come together. You can see it, you know it, it's going to happen.